Yo, what's up, y'all, man? I'm here with Mike, the owner and coach of D3 Performance. Man, I appreciate you for letting me come through. You have an amazing facility, man. You got workouts, you got the indoor basketball hoops. You want to introduce yourself a little bit to the people out there?
Absolutely. As he already said, I'm Coach Mike. Been training for about 13, 14 years. D3 is a brainchild of, basically we designed it for hoopers, man. Guys that want to put extra work in, don't have a spot to shoot, or the gym's always full near where they're at, then come here, get shots up, work on their game, man.
What would you say is like the purpose or meaning behind D3?
Basically our 3Ds, discipline, dedication, determination, man. For those guys that are really after it, and not necessarily your rec players, but those guys that, you know, you really need a hardcore place to work out and get yourself ready.
For the players who want it, right?
Exactly.
The players who want it.
Exactly.
Man, shout out to Coach Mike, because, you know, we trying to represent, you know, for the little guys, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, Coach Mike played college ball. You know, even at his height, you just got to believe in that you can achieve something. You know, people say like short people can't hoop, or they can't make it to a high level. Prime example right here. You know, he played many years of college ball, and you know, now he's a coach. He's an inspirational public figure to people out there, to tell them that you're able to achieve anything you want as long as you put your mind into it, you put in the work, you put in the grind. Man, I appreciate you, man. Yes, sir. Yeah.
My pleasure.
Of course, man.
Give it up, thinking these women excite me. Give it up, wishing y'all can pass me. Run it up, stepping, I'm moving out.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Nelly, now from Hoop Lab. Welcome back to another highly anticipated sneaker review. Today we have the Nike LeBron 18s. Man, LeBron is going into his 18th season in the NBA and he's still dominating the league. Dude is a superhuman. And here we have his 18th signature shoe, the LeBron 18s, and man, is it a beauty. There are 5 colorways of the LeBron 18 so far: the Reflections, LA by Day, Lakers, James Gang, and in my hands I have the Empire Jade colorway, which is a China exclusive. Shout out to my plug. The Empire Jade colorway really reminds me of the LeBron 11's Christmas colorway, which, you know, the LeBron 11s are one of my favorite hoop shoes in the LeBron line. I really like those. These, you know, really remind me of those in terms of the colorway. I also really like the Reflections and LA by Day colorway. Those are pretty clean. But, you know, I had to cop the China exclusive colorway because, you know, your boy had to represent for the Asians. The shoe has a lot of cool details on it, and it differs from each colorway. On this pair, it also has a really cool tassel on the laces, but, you know, your boy lost it in the gym. The LeBron 18 is built to optimize the speed and power of LeBron James, but Nike said that it is made for any athlete looking to elevate their greatness. Let's see what it's all about. Starting off with the traction, the LeBron 18 has an aggressive rubber outsole with a multi-directional quick twitch traction pattern. I would say the traction on these is above average. It works most of the time, but there are some areas of the outsole that do pick up a lot of dust where it causes some slippage from time to time. The outsole is broken down into 2 parts where it gives you good flexibility for a bounce back return of energy with the steps that you take. The outsole does feel pretty durable, where outdoor use could be okay. Moving on to the materials, it has a Knitposit 2.0 that is lightweight and breathable with knit-in stretch for a secure fit. There is an air tongue system that consists of air units embedded in the tongue that provides padding over the top of your foot. The so-called battle knit on these is extremely strong and durable, like if you were going to battle or a war on the court. It's built to withstand the extreme force of a player like LeBron James. I mean, just take a listen to this. It's hard as shit. And when I had my foot in there, the uppers of the material, it did feel kind of suffocating. Air Max in the tongue though, that's crazy and unheard of. I mean, who would have thought putting Air Max in the tongue of your shoe? But in reality, the tongue really sucks. I'm not sure if the Air Max actually benefits you or, like, you know, gives you cushion, but these parts of the tongue actually dug into the top of my foot where, you know, it causes some like irritation and redness and pain. Yeah, I couldn't really stand it. I'm not quite exactly sure if it's the areas of the Air Max that did that or the areas in between the Air Max that did that, but basically in these little areas, the top of your foot, oh my goodness, it was terrible. And also this thin area of the top of the tongue is a no-go too, especially if you like to wear ankle socks or quarter socks, because this super thin razor blade of a tongue really slices through the bottom of your leg. And like I said, the 3 Air Max bubble on the tongue, it really doesn't give you, you know, much comfort or what it's supposed to give you for your foot. I think it's just all for show. I personally think it's a gimmick. I mean, you look at it, it looks pretty cool, but I don't really think it benefits you on the court. The shoe also is a bit more on the heavier side. That's not a surprise, due to it being a LeBron sneaker. But I wasn't able to jump as high wearing these during my workouts as I was carrying 200 pounds on my feet. Moving on to support and lockdown, the lace feet goes through tunnels engineered into the knit and fly wire that helps anchor your feet down. There's also a molded TPU heel counter that helps stabilize the foot while you generate force on the court. The lacing system is pretty solid, where the laces goes through the fly wire with the combination of the support beams. It really tucks in the side of your foot, giving you good lockdown. The shoe is a bit high off the ground due to the heavy cushioning setup. There were times where I tried to make a move and I plant my foot and my foot rolled off of the footbed, almost spraining my ankle. So unless you're like a bigger hooper or like a more heavier hooper, it's hard to really activate through the whole cushioning setup to really give you that stable plant and movements into the shoe, because as you can see how thick this area is, it is hard to really generate that force into the shoe where you get good court feel compared to some other shoes. But as a smaller hooper, it was kind of hard for me, and the stabilization on these weren't the greatest. I do feel wobbly from time to time making certain moves, but hey, the cushion part though is what makes this shoe great. Moving on to the cushion, the LeBron 18 has a full-length Zoom Air unit that is nestled within the Max Air underneath the heel and extends into the forefoot, all topped off with a Cushlon midsole. This is the top of the line cushioning setup that they put in the LeBron 18s, where they had two cushioning setups laid on top of one another. Did I say two? It's more like three, but the Air is two, but there's an additional piece of the midsole, so three. Anyways, you have a thick 10mm full-length Zoom on top of a Cushlon midsole, topped off with a huge Max Air underneath. So how it's really put together is you have a full-length Zoom Air, which is the best. If it's not just forefoot, it's the best. Full-length Zoom. And then you have the Cushlon midsole right here, which is super good too. And then in between, or not in between, on the bottom, obviously you can see the Max Air, but within here there is a gap where the full-length Zoom Air just fits right in between the the Max Air, so it really complements each other really well. So you're still getting that impact protection when you're landing on the heel. You're getting the full-length Zoom Air, super responsive, super springy. Man, this cushioning setup is bonkers. I mean, the full-length Zoom in here is the biggest air unit ever placed in a basketball shoe, where it is still pretty responsive, and it's very fluid when you're running up and down the court. The shoes are pretty springy. I was kind of able to get up on these, although still no dunking. The shoulder is still jacked up, still recovering, so stay tuned. Your boy gonna be dunking soon. I have some good stuff coming for you guys, so make sure to stay tuned. Like I said, the Max Air in the heel really provides good impact protection and cushioning underneath the heel. Although I did kind of had a hard time activating the cushion in the LeBron 18s, where I'm not a big hooper like LeBron. The shoe is built for more bigger, heavier, and explosive players like LeBron James, where each of his steps are really powerful, where it engages the shoe to translate to his movements. But on a good note, it does feel a bit more lower to the ground compared to last year's model. But like I said, on the bright side, this is top of the line cushioning setup right here. It feels extremely comfortable. It's like you're walking on an air mattress. As far as comfort and size fit goes, the LeBron 18s do run true to size. It is a bit snug in the beginning, but does loosen up after it's broken in. The shoe is extremely comfortable from the bottom down. As far as the upper, for all y'all wide footers with these, y'all definitely gotta go a half size up. As far as pricing goes, these retail for a steep $200, whereas other colorways go for a whopping $225. Being the best player in the NBA and having the best and most tech in his shoes, it's not surprising that a LeBron James sneaker retails for that much. I mean, like I said, he is the greatest player in the game, so I think his shoes should be at the top of the line you know, in terms of tech and price and, you know, everything else and how crazy it is. But man, at this rate, I think when LeBron plays in 2050 and then we have like the LeBron 67s, these are gonna be like $1,000 for retail, man. And for my overall rating, I'm gonna give the LeBron 18s a score of 3 out of 5. The cushion by far is the best aspect of the shoe. You're getting the responsiveness from the Zoom Air while also having the squishy impact protection from the Air Max. The traction is solid. I did tend to slip on dusty areas. The knit and the upper is cool. The digging of the tongue into your foot is definitely a really big issue here. My feet hurt like hell after hooping in long durations in the shoe. The stability of the shoe isn't the greatest for me, as it is a bit high off the ground where I'm not big enough to really press down into the shoe with my movements. I can see a bigger hooper giving these a 4 or even a higher score. You know, they're more bigger, they're more heavier, and they're able to activate the shoe a lot more compared to a smaller hooper like me. This is just a big boy shoe, alright? I'm just letting y'all know it's a big boy shoe. And to top it all off, man, with the price point of $200 for the LeBron 18s, I personally think that that's quite steep for, you know, a hoop shoe. Definitely, if you guys are able to get these, you know, on a discount, these would be a pretty solid shoe. I personally think it looks really, really good, but it's just not suitable, you know, for a player like me. Yes, you are getting a crazy amount of tech, but hey, it doesn't really give you superpowers. It's crazy that, you know, this is LeBron's 18th signature shoe. Who knows? I think he might play 20 seasons or even more than 20 seasons. So I'm really looking forward to see new stuff Nike can come up with LeBron with the signature sneaker line moving forward. Crazy to think that LeBron might play till like he's 50. Hope you guys enjoyed that sneaker review on the Nike LeBron 18s. Let me know down in the comment section below, what were some of y'all thoughts on LeBron 18s? Do you guys like them? Do you guys dislike them? And for those of you guys who do have the LeBron 18s and if you guys hooped in them, how well did it perform for you guys? Also, let me know what other sneakers you guys would like me to review. Check out my social media. Links will be in the description box down below. Support your boy. Cop yourself some merch. You know, also links in the description box down below. And until next time, this is your boy Nelly from Hoopin' Life, and I'm out. Peace.
Nice beat. Give it up. Thinking these women excite me. Give it up. Wishing y'all can pass me. Run it up. Stepping. I'm moving at high speed. Yeah.